This is Roger with iGadgetGeek. Today we're going to be talking about the AT&T Samsung Galaxy Note 8.0. Now this is an 8-inch touchscreen tablet with 1280 pixels by 800 pixels. Now it does have a 1.6 quad-core processor with 2 gigs of RAM. All of this is backed with a 4600 milliamp hour battery to keep you mobile for a long period of time. Now this does take advantage of AT&T's 4G LTE network. Now it does have 16 gigabytes internal storage, but it does have a micro SD slot that will accommodate up to an additional 32 gigabytes. Now it has a 5 megapixel rear camera and a 1.3 forward facing camera for taking photos. Now it does not have a flash or anything like that, so ideally if it's a low light situation you're going to want to use something with a built-in flash. Now basically this is just like all their other line of tablets, but before we get into the tablet, let's look at the packaging. Pretty much standard packaging from AT&T. You get a little bit of information, you get a quick start guide, your sync and charge cable, and your wall plug. Let's set that packaging to the side. What we want to focus on today is the tablet itself. Now before we dive on into it, I want to go ahead and give you guys kind of a look around. Now the back is white and it's kind of that high gloss finish we've seen from Samsung. You have a Samsung logo, the AT&T logo, and now this is not removable, so you do not have access to that battery. But here on the side you do have a slot for your SD card and your SIM card, so you just pop those open and you can insert your SIM card in your SD card. Now on the very front you have traditional buttons that we've seen from Samsung, your menu, your home button, and your back. The menu and back are capacitive and the home button is a physical button. Now of course once you touch these they do light up. As you can see, your menu and back. Now on this side here, the right hand side, you have your IR blaster, your volume up and down, your sleep wake, and a microphone. So let's dive on into the software. Now if you're familiar with the Note 2, as if that's not big enough, here's a Note 2. So if you're needing a little more screen real estate, the Note 8.0 is going to be the device for you. Now you get all the same features that you've had on the Note 2 in the Note 8.0. You get the advantage of the S Pen. So if you have a folder, you can kind of hold the S Pen over the folder and it'll give you kind of a quick expanded view. All of those features we've come to expect from the S Pen. Now this S Pen is quite a bit larger than the one in the Note, but you can do all those same features and everything. Quick memos. Basically the features we've come to see with the Note 2 with one advantage. If you are familiar with the Note 2, you know that these capacitive buttons do not respond to the actual S Pen. And what I mean by that is if you have your Note and you have your S Pen and you go to touch those capacitive buttons, they actually do not respond to the S Pen, which is, in my opinion, always been kind of a negative, that they don't respond. Well, they addressed that problem in the Note 8.0. The actual stylus here will, in fact, operate those without any problem. So if we go into settings, we can go back with the S Pen. Now if we go into settings, we'll scroll down here, about device. As you can see, this is running Android version 4.1.2, very similar to the Note 2. This has a lot of similarities with the Note 2. Let's go ahead and look at storage. So as you can see, it is a 16 gigabyte tablet. You have 10 gigabytes available. I have not loaded a lot of applications on here, but I have 8 gigabytes. I do have a 32 gig SD card in there with about 13 gigs available. So all in all, if you're familiar with the Note 2, you're going to be very, very familiar with this Note 8.0. It allows you to do a lot of content creation with that S Pen, drawing applications, quick notes. So it brings all of those great features from the Note 2 to a bigger tablet, so it allows you to do all of those great features. Of course, at the top you have your quick menus, and you again have the multitask window here where you can run 2 applications at once. So you could be running YouTube and chat on, or let's say we've got YouTube going, we also want to do Chrome. You can run both of those applications at once. which is a really nice feature, especially on an 8-inch tablet. You do have a lot of real estate, so you're going to want to take advantage of that. All in all, though, it's a great tablet. You can control your Chromecast. All of those features that you've come to expect from Android and the Note line brings this to a tablet line. Now, the 8-inch is kind of going to be the cross between your cell phone Note and the Note 10-inch tablet. If the 10-inch tablet's just a little too big, but you want a little more real estate than 5.5 inches, the Note 8 is going to be perfect for you. Now, I will have to admit, I wish it was a little bit higher resolution screen. Now, it is 1280 by 800, which is a good resolution, but comparing it to, say, the Note 2 at 720 at a smaller size, this tends to look a little more grainy because we're stretching those pixels out. Now, I really hope that when they bring a new version of this tablet, they bump up that display to a full 1080p, much like they are on the Note 3 that is due to be released any day now. So that's kind of been my little introduction to the Note 8.0, and this has been Roger with iGadgetGeek. So that's kind of been my introduction to the Note 8.0. It is available on AT&T, and it does take advantage of their 4G LTE, and this has been Roger with iGadgetGeek.